Hello and welcome to 5x5 DoingOK's Top 5 show. I'm Dan.
And I'm Keith.
And today we are counting down our top 5 Disney Channel original movies of the Halloween variety. So we're starting with number 5, Invisible Sister. This came out last year, starring Girl Meets World's own Rowan Blanchard and Paris Brooke. This is a movie about Rowan, who is all goth and sad, and like she's a loner and she's all sciencey and nobody understands her, and then she has a cool sister and her sister plays lacrosse and everybody loves her, but then Rowan accidentally turns her sister invisible with a science experiment, and so then she has to pretend to be her sister and wear a mask. It's Halloween and her sister has important things to do that day, so she gets to be her sister and see what life is like on the other side of things, and she gets to understand what it's like to be her sister and what her sister has to go through, and it's like Freaky Friday, but there's Halloween and crazy stuff.
Now with any good DCOM, with all this madness, there's a sliver of reality here. So in this case, it's Invisible Sister. While one sister is turned invisible in actuality, the other sister had felt invisible and overshadowed. And so here we have the underlying metaphor of this tale.
Ooh, metaphor.
Spooky.
So, there's some good things about this movie, there's some not so good things. It's super tropic, which can be really fun and cheesy, but it's also like, I feel like I've seen this movie 30 times before.
Yeah.
That said,
it is pretty cookie cutter in that way.
Yeah. That said, there's fun hijinks, there's things where they scare people out with the invisibility, there's a really cool Halloween party that they run through doing hijinks with music. Rowan just adds an extra level of charm here. What are some of the lower points?
This is the most contemporary movie on our list today, and you can kind of tell some themes. This is kind of suffering from the pretty person syndrome. All the main characters kind of have a certain look to them.
Yeah.
They look like actors. They look like very Hollywood types, whereas a lot of these older ones, they look more like normal people. They're a little bit more plain characters, and they're like, there's just a charm and a reality that you kind of lose by having everybody a little too attractive.
Yeah, and it's similarly, it just feels a little bit more sanitized than some of the older ones, which are a little more rough around the edges, and that's part of why we love them.
Right.
But still a very good movie. We can tell you over there to check it out as we lead into number 4.
Now, number 4 on our list is Phantom of the Megaplex. An oldie but a goodie. Dan?
Phantom of the Megaplex follows Pete.
Excuse me. Oh. Could you please? Thank you.
Okay. It follows Pete, who is a manager at a Megaplex, and he really loves his job and he's obsessed with it, and there's a big premiere happening at the Megaplex and he wants to make sure it goes well, but there's a phantom at the Megaplex, and rumor has it is that there used to be an old theater there, and the old theater, someone was trapped in it when they demolished it, and so that's the phantom. So all these things are going bad during the premiere. They have to figure out who the phantom is and save the premiere. So what do you think?
I think it's pretty great. You know, it's very silly. It's a very great silly movie. It's fun.
Imagine us liking silly things.
I don't know that it's an amazing movie, but it has a lot of heart. And for that, it gets a spot on our list today.
For sure. I really enjoy the zany antics. There's a scene with a fan blowing everybody around. It's ridiculous, but enjoyable. I enjoy the mystery.
Bring it back. Bring it.
There's a mystery among us, and I like it. And I also like that there's sort of like, that they have like, it's almost like a slasher film, but there just isn't any violence. And I think that's kind of fun. The only sins of this movie are just that I don't think the characters are particularly that amazing. Yeah. And the acting is kind of eh.
But Mickey Rooney, that's a plus. Plus?
It is plus. I can't show you my pluses because I'm nonplussed. Number 3.
Number 3 on our list is Under Wraps.
Which, given this, it should probably be number 1, but...
Now, here's another great oldie.
Which way do I go? This way?
No, same way.
Okay.
And the big thing here is that it all comes from a real-world problem, just like Invisible Sister. Here we have the main character whose mom is dating this new guy, and he is not a fan of it.
No!
And he is having a hard time understanding why this whole thing is happening.
I am too.
It has some great themes about love and kind of learning to let things happen outside of yourself and not be selfish.
Well, but tell them what the actual premise is.
Oh, it's a mummy! It's a mummy!
It's alive!
They find a mummy.
Yes, they find a mummy, and it's actually a very comedic movie, and that's what I think it's the best comedic one of all of these. And there's just really good antics while also having a greater message. And I don't really even know of anything bad about the movie. It's just really fun. Oh my lord, I am so warm. All right, number 2.
Number 2.
Oh man, love how we put like Invisible Sister number 5 got like 12 times longer than these other ones.
No, fix it.
No, it's fine. So Halloween Town. Talk about Halloween Town.
So Halloween Town is number 2 on our list. Now I know a lot of people love Halloween Town, but we have to say, technically, it's not that great of a movie. The plot is so-so. The characters are not that dimensional. The characters are charismatic.
They're lovable.
Yeah, but they're not exactly all that full of dimension.
No, definitely not.
But the biggest thing about Halloween Town is the mood. It is definitely a mood piece. You can imagine a lot more in that world than the world actually gives you outright.
Which is why they gave you 25 other movies.
Yeah. Which is why Halloween Town will always be a huge classic on our list.
Yes, it's basically just a really fun movie. It creates a beautiful world.
Toilet paper dust in the air.
It's okay. It just creates a great mood. You want to be there. You want to be Marnie. You want to like be that person who finds this has such a great wish fulfillment quality to it. You just want to be that kid who like, I'm special. I know I'm special, and here's why I'm fucking special. And I don't know, it's a really fun mix of characters. The grandma is just so great.
And the atmosphere.
The music.
The sets.
Yeah, the whole world is great. The downsides though are just that I think it's a little bit too short.
Definitely.
It spends so much time on the setup and then it just kind of is suddenly at the end. And I don't feel like we get enough of the middle. And you know, I guess like there's a reason why they have more sequels. I don't think the sequels are that great, sadly, but I think that there could have been like an extra 20 minutes in this movie and it would have really helped it.
Because the world is so rewarding, because it's just you're letting yourself stew in the Halloweeniness.
Yeah.
You want to live in it where the stakes happen to you.
And I definitely think it's one of those movies where the premise is better than the product.
Yeah.
But it is such a great premise.
Now, number 1 on our list is Don't Look Under the Bed. This, to me, is sort of like the pinnacle of a DCOM. You have the real-world situation here. The little brother had leukemia and almost died the previous year. The main character now has kind of like learned to grow up a little bit too fast. They become stoic and push their emotions deep down and kind of in favor of the rationality over emotionality. In this case, the imaginary friend comes in and it kind of plays on that. It makes fear, especially like in this case, is coming from the perversion of your own creation. I think this is a very artful piece, a very clever and witty kind of theme here. The boogeyman is the best friend, the imaginary friend that was forgotten. It was a part of herself that she shunned, and it came back to become the scary thing.
It's very cool. It also just, it was definitely the scariest. I remember as a kid, and everybody talks about how it's the scariest for sure. And in addition to it being like legitimately scary, I remember even as a kid, I was like, this is a cut above the rest.
Yeah.
This is just legit. And so that's why it's our number 1. You should go check it out. All of these are available on Watch Disney, by the way. And also, we forgot to mention earlier, we did a whole video about Under Wraps. So if you want to see our fuller information about Under Wraps, there'll be a link. We're going to talk more about Don't Look Under the Bed, probably. That's our hope. And we'll have some other cool videos coming down the line for you as well. Just, leave us comments below, like, subscribe, check out our social media stuff. There'll be links about too. And
I've been meaning to tell you, Dan.
Yeah.
I know you've been working hard on the social media.
Yeah.
So to help out, I've started an anti-social media.
Oh.
So
is that what Rowan is in?
For a couple hours a day, I've just been kind of sitting in my corner looking at the wall and thinking real hard about people following me.
Yeah. That sounds like a good way to become a dictator. Alright guys, thanks for watching this 5x10 probably, and we'll see you next time.